Yes, people, welcome back to the first XI. It's Friday night. It's Fraud Watch. Do me a favor straight away. Smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Please get that done now. We got a great panel. Prime, CamCam, the Winter Surfer, Rachel. We've got Slens coming in. Jem will be coming in. We want all the Arsenal slander. It's Fraud Watch. That's what it's all about. Prime, how you doing?
I'm good. Champions League final. So it is what it is. Light work.
I see.
Who's
Go on.
Who's Kareem Benzema? Who's Ramos? I don't know.
Yeah, this is true. Let's go to the first fraud. Let's get straight into it. Let's start with Cam, because he is the Arsenal fan.
The fraud himself. The main fraud that is getting in. And there ain't no doubt about it. Yeah. How many do I get, by the way?
As many as you want, man.
You got a list?
Yeah, Then
I'm not handing out tokens. You know what I mean?
The whole blood club.
The whole club.
It's about to be the Cam show.
It's the whole club. But my main fraud, bruv, that waste man, Cronky, fam. Listen, I don't watch Twilight, yeah. But Twilight's on MTV right now, yeah. It's the first thing that came on when I turned the TV on, yeah. And I feel like I want to be one of these vampires, yeah. And rip my man's head off, fam.
That's not how vampires work in Twilight.
Well,
Prime.
I don't care. I don't watch. I've never see. How would I know, bruv?
Wait, hold on a second.
The only bit I've seen is when they rip heads off, fam. I'm like, what the?
They never ripped heads off in Twilight.
So you know about Twilight, you don't know about Dragon Ball Z?
They're doing it right now, bruv. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
Let's get back to
Let's get back to it. Yeah.
But yeah, Cronky is the main fraud. He is the main fraud. Cronky is the main fraud. I could go on. Do you want me just to go on, fam? I could go on. I'm the Arsenal fan.
Listen. I want you to get all this off your chest. I want you to tell me. Why don't you start with Europa League? Tell me about that. Get off your chest,
bruv. I must be the only fan that didn't give a two. Like I didn't care, bruv. I really didn't care, fam. I didn't give a flying fuck, bruv. On my life, G. Yeah, because I must look. I was saying it the way I saw it. Yeah. Short-term pain for long-term gain. Yeah? And I truly believe, I don't care about all this. I don't care about all this. Oh, Conky's not selling, fam. Yeah, I truly believe. Yeah, this is the final nail in the coffin for Conky. If he don't sell, it's stupid for him not to sell right now. He'll be an idiot not to sell because since yesterday,
a fraud businessman, right?
Yeah, since yesterday.
Just tying it in.
Just yesterday, yeah, this guy. Well, not this guy, but the club's worth value has actually gone down. In one day, bro. In 24 hours, fam. So if he don't sell, it's his own fault. Then he's going to lose his own profit that he's made on the club, fam. Because, let's be honest, yeah, do you really see my man, like, fucking giving 300, 400 million to do a major rebuild? No.
No, I'm not seeing that.
That's what I'm saying, fam. So, but we're just gonna get. But look, we've got no Europa League. Yeah, people are saying give Arteta a transfer window. See what he does in a transfer window. But what can he do? Conky's not gonna give him the financial backing. He's probably just gonna give him 100 to 150 mil, bro. Max.
I wouldn't give him no fucking backing either. That squad is better than 11th. I'm not giving Arteta backing.
I'm not saying no. I'm not saying me. No,
Yeah, I think it is. I think it is better than 11th. It is.
I don't think they.
If you've got Saka, Aubameyang, Lacazette, because Lacazette's not as bad as everyone says he is. We just do that because it's Arsenal, right? He is not the worst striker in the league. That's Joe Linton. No.
Oh, I thought it was Werner. Ooh.
Thomas Partey, Tierney. Tierney will be the best left back in the league. He will be the best left back in the league. You've got 9 centre backs to pick from. And then you've got your Xhaka tax, your Pepe tax. You've got
Probably Watford, Rory, you know. Probably Watford still.
No, but this is what I'm saying. They're not 11th. They should be. I think they're 7th. I think they could be competing for 7th, and
But
with a
the problem
good
is,
manager.
Look,
That's my point. You shouldn't be 11th.
He's gonna back. Look, he's already come out and basically backed Arteta, has he not? Or there was a report that he's saying he's backing Arteta. Yeah. So he's giving Arteta another season. I'm telling you right now, unless he gives Arteta like basically a fucking billion to spend, which he ain't doing, bro. Yeah. Even with Arteta, who's Arteta really gonna bring in that we Arsenal fans can see, that will actually come to Arsenal, knowing that we ain't got any European.
John McGinn.
No, but I'm talking about top players, bro. I'm not talking about mediocre players.
I think John McGinn.
I've had enough. You know what the problem is? Right now, our problem is, we will never, ever find we'll never ever get a top manager like your Allegri's and your Sarri's, because they already know if they come to Arsenal, Kroenke's not going to give them that financial backing. So what is the point? What's the point?
Cam, I'm going to
So
be
we're
honest
only
with you,
going to be linked. And what pisses me off the most, is the fact that Kroenke's got us now down to a level, where we're only going to be linked with mediocre fucking managers, bro. I don't want to hear about like
No, Cam, I get that.
I don't want to hear about like these Rafa Benitez's, these what's it? My man from Brighton, I forgot his name now, bro. I don't want to hear about that.
I'm going to be honest with you, bro. You could be given all the money in the world, with Arteta there, and you still wouldn't know what the fuck to do with it. You'd go to Greece and you'd go and buy some Greek defenders or something and bring them in. Like, that's just Arsenal's model. Like, you do not attract big players. Partey, all right, fair enough. But you don't actually, you can't attract big players at the moment. Who's going to want to play for Arsenal Football Club right now?
Yeah, right now, that's what I'm saying. You can't sit there and say we can't attract big players. But we can. But like I said, it's the money, bro. Don't tell me, you can't sit there now as a Chelsea fan and tell me, who's not going to come to club. If Arsenal got, say if, for instance, it'll be a miracle out of all miracles. But say if tomorrow it comes out, Stan Kroenke accepts whoever bid, whatever, whoever it is, and my man comes in and he sees what's wrong with that club, do you really think, man's going to be sitting there like, nah, I've seen what's wrong with this shit, bro. Nah, we're not having it. We need a new recruitment system. I know we need this, we need that, And then you're going to go to the likes of Griezmann and whoever you are, bro, and say, listen, Aston Villa, don't worry about what they're asking, innit? We'll pay that, whatever they're asking, How much do you want?
Yeah, but they're not going to want to play with the current players you've got. That's the issue. You've got to get rid of them deadwood players.
Obviously, we need to get the current players out. Yeah, but but look what Arteta did. The only thing I can really praise Arteta right now is what he did in January. The way he got rid of quite 4 or 5 deadwood players, fam, that we need to get rid of. If he can do that again in this transfer, at the start of it, like he did at the start of January. Then who knows, bro? But obviously that's if he gets the financial backing, fam. But the problem is, I get it. It's the recruitment as well, fam. We need to replace Arsenal now, right now. It's sickening, bro. It's actually sickening, fam. It's a virus, bro.
Like, I get that. Listen. I get what you're saying. I get the Kroenke thing. Believe me, I do, because I'm a Man United fan. And we got it with the Glazers.
Yeah, but do you know what? I'm sitting there, and even though Glazers have done you more dirty, by taking more money out of you, because Kroenke's haven't done really taking money out like that. They've invested $1 billion and that's it. Whereas these lot have taken $1 billion from you lot. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But this is what I'm saying.
You know what it is? They will give you that 1, 2, 80, 90, 100 million players. When I say this, I know I'm thinking about, but what about Pepe and Aubameyang and that? All right, cool. That's one. That's what.
Yeah, so we got. You have more of a recruitment problem then.
Yeah,
This is
That's what it
what
is.
I was saying this to a gal earlier on EGTV. You do spend money on players, but your recruitment is all wrong. Like, I cannot understand.
Yeah, the problem is, our problem is though, sorry. Our problem is we'll go and spend that big money on a player. Yeah, like your 40 mil for party or whatnot. Yeah,
Pepe.
But that's the only big bit we're gonna spend for a player. Whereas any other player that comes in, it's gonna be a 10, 15, 20 million pound buy.
What is happening?
Do you know what I'm saying? So that's my phone. Sorry. But yeah, it's gonna be like,
cooling, man.
do you know what I'm saying? So like it's been in most of these transfers where we've got a big signing. That was the only big signing we got, whereas the rest of the players we had, they were just like mediocre 10, 15, 20 mil signings or loans.
Yeah,
You
but
get what I'm saying?
Cam, I'm sorry, I don't get this. The people in charge of football, the people the Cronkies rely on for football, you've still got Arteta in charge. You're still getting these players in. Like, you signed a Partey. You signed and he looks terrible, by the way. Even people who don't know football, the Cronkies, must look at him and think, what was all the fuss about? Like, what was that all about? He looks shocking, and he is a top player. He is a top player. You brought in Pepe for all that money and then got Willian in to replace Pepe, which is madness, by the way, and put him on 225 grand a week? I don't understand how these owners are allowing this manager to be in a job. I don't get it, because this squad is better than 11th. You have match winners.
Listen, no.
Makes no sense to me.
No.
I don't think it's better than. I don't think it's better than where they are now. To be honest.
This is where the Cronkies,
They left
no. Let me say one thing. This is where the Cronkies are so much worse than any other owner out there, bro. Because I agree with what you're saying. I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying. Yeah. But think about it. At least your owners go to your matches every now and then.
They haven't been to no.
No, they haven't been to a match in years.
2 years.
But they've been to a match. That's what I'm saying. They've been to matches, bro. They used to go to matches back in the day as well, fam. Yeah. Cronkies saw our friendly and had to ask, what team is ours, bruv? What colour are we playing in, bruv? Like, man literally does not give two flying shits about us, bruv. He don't care, fam. He really don't. He doesn't care, bruv. This is the thing.
Wow. Look, hang on. I just seen a comment from the Tish. William wasn't brought in to replace Pepe. He was actually supposed to be a squad player. That's even worse. That's even worse.
Listen, our recruitment and our manager is crazy, borderline dead, fam. Like, I don't even know what's going on. I've always said it from get-go, yeah. Before I was even started saying Arteta out, I just feel like this job is too big for him, fam. It's a job like for a Sarri, a Allegri, one of them big managers to come in. I'm not saying they're going to.
You chose Arteta.
I'm not saying they will, but that's if we're talking about Arsenal Football Club right now, yeah, and we're talking about if Arsenal need to be saved, yeah, the only way Arsenal are going to be saved, otherwise under this Kroenke ownership, believe me, there's no point bantering us no more. We're going to be a mid-table club.
You need to get Rafa Benitez
We're going to get to the point where say something different, fam. We already accept that we're mid-table now, but that's what's going to happen. That is what's going to happen.
I'm sorry, yeah, but this, I don't, like, don't get me wrong, Arteta has his issues, don't get me wrong. I don't think he's good enough for Arsenal. But when I look at your squad, it's not better than the top four at the moment. It's not better than West Ham's first 11, Tottenham's first 11, Liverpool or Everton, and the rest. And then that's the top 8 teams right there, and you're ninth. So you're exactly where you're supposed to be based on your. No, they're not, aren't they?
Yeah, no. I'm saying their squad is based on where is reflected in where they are in the league, because that is true.
Look, in our defense,
I don't think they're better than that. They're not.
I'm gonna sound like an Egal right now.
Do you think West Ham have a better side than Arsenal?
Their first 11 is better than Arsenal. That's much more.
Listen. West Ham have got a better midfield than Arsenal.
No one can tell us.
It's not just that. It's balanced.
But is it that much different from Arsenal, really? When you
yes,
think
they're balanced.
They are. I get that. I
Their
get
strikers
I
are
get
better
they're
than
balanced,
West
but they
Ham's,
do
but
have.
they're not in
Listen,
midfield.
they've got match winners. Saka is a
All right,
baller.
well,
Lacazette,
Yeah, but-
Lacazette does know
Why,
what they're
why
doing.
does it doesn't matter?
all right,
It
how
doesn't
about
matter if
this? How
Saka and
about-
Aubameyang are match winners if they
well,
can't get the
all
ball
right.
to them.
I think you could
Alright,
get a
well,
load of
here's
you could get a
this.
load of the Leeds squad in the Arsenal first.
Guys, all right, guys. Here's this. You're talking about West Ham and Arsenal. West Ham are 5th on 58 points.
At
With
the
4
moment.
games left to go in the league. Arsenal are 9th, 49 points, 4 games left. This is West Ham's squad.
Everton
So
next.
Lingard on loan.
We
Antonio.
know it's more balanced, Prime. We do know. I get that. I agree with that completely.
There is
I'm
not
saying-
one team above Arsenal that has a worse squad than them. Not one.
I
Look at the
don't
teams that are in
agree
front of
with
them. Look at
that.
the teams. Look at that. Everton's a better team than Arsenal.
Aston
Liverpool,
Villa and
Tottenham,
Leeds. Leeds, maybe.
Leeds,
Indiana,
no,
Leeds are
Aston
behind
Villa,
them
no.
though.
Indiana,
Aston
you
Villa
could get a
Leeds,
lot.
no.
You could get
No, they're not. But they're behind them at the
But
moment.
you could
aren't
get a
they?
lot of Leeds players in this Arsenal first 11. You know.
To be fair, she's got a point.
Wait,
They
hold
haven't,
on.
Yeah.
they haven't got a better. They haven't
As much
got a
as I
better
don't
squad than
like
Everton.
Leeds, I can still
yeah.
say that.
Wait. No, because listen, I actually watched Leeds. The thing with Bielsa is because they play in such a great attacking system. Players like Bamford and Rafinha, they look a lot better than they actually are. These Leeds players are not actually that good,
Well, we know.
in all
Yeah.
honesty.
Yeah.
So I
They're
don't
below.
think any of them are getting into Arsenal's team.
You don't
Yeah,
think?
I
I
think
think,
Calvin
sorry,
Phillips
I think when you've got 9 centre backs to pick from, you can find a partnership, and you can, at very
No.
very worst, you can sew it up. You can make yourselves really hard to beat. There is quality in that squad. Look at games like the Spurs game. There is quality in that squad.
But
Let's look at Arsenal's
though,
squad.
They shouldn't have won the Spurs game. They shouldn't have won the Spurs game.
Yeah, but
This
No,
really
Arsenal
deep. This
squad.
really, as I say,
Yes,
this
they
really
should,
deep.
man.
This really
Alright,
deep.
am I allowed to
No,
show-
no, no,
am I allowed
no,
to
no,
show you
honestly, when you
the
actually
TV
watch it,
so
they
I can
shouldn't.
just prove my point to
But
Prime?
here's
Look at their
What?
team. Oh my gosh, it's horrendous. Look at their team.
what's
Wait
this?
for it.
Cam,
Watch my
Twilight?
head come off.
can't show
Twilight.
that. Can you?
What's happening? Oh, he's watching
Twilight.
Twilight.
Head come off.
What's going
Head come
on?
Yeah.
off. Head come off. Wait.
What's happening?
What are you
What?
doing there? What am I watching?
Yeah.
Watch it.
Yeah.
Watch his head get na.
Oh
Look.
gosh.
Oh, but wait, hold on.
yeah.
Hold on. Oh, no.
Oh,
Wait,
stop this. I'm not
CamCam.
having this.
One,
Wolf Van
CamCam.
Bayern. Stop it.
Hold on. Wait,
Forget
hold
about
on.
that.
One, a
hold on,
werewolf did
forget
that.
about that. This is Forward
Two,
Watch. It's
I didn't get that
not
far. I
Vampire
didn't get that
Watch.
far in the movie because I was with someone. So,
Can I just get into this? Really, I want to deep it.
CamCam, I didn't get that far in. I was with someone. Anyway, this is Arsenal's team. You guys want to look
Yeah.
at Aubameyang?
Can I just explain the Arsenal squad, please? 2 seconds. Let me just go through it. Right. They've got no creators. They can't create. They struggle to score goals. They have no leaders on the pitch. They have no winners on the pitch. What sort of squad is that? When you think about it,
Bang average.
Leaders, I agree
Exactly.
with you, Jem. I do think they do have creators.
Mid-table. It's mid-table.
no, they don't. Though they don't create enough.
No, they're
Look
not.
at how
No,
bad
but
they
they're,
was
they're
against
not creating
Villarreal.
enough. I agree with you. They're not creating enough, but they do have creators. I don't agree that they don't.
I don't know
I think
about that,
Emil
bro. I
Smith
think
Rowe
Or could we
I think
just have a look at the
Odegaard
fact that their
can
players
create,
are
Saka
actually
can create.
overrated?
Tierney,
Apart from
Tierney's
Saka
one of the most
and
creative
Tierney.
left backs in the league. Like that. Don't get me wrong. There's Bellerin tax. I get that. There's Pepe tax. I understand that completely. I get that.
Jack attacks.
Xhaka
Yeah.
tax. Yeah.
David Luiz is hit and miss as well.
Shaq.
He has one great game and then he does something stupid.
But you listen. You say this, and I know Man United have got more quality, but when you look at Man United, don't have a perfect centre back partnership. The
Nah, you're ahead of
midfield,
them.
the mid. We don't have a right. I know we're ahead of them. I just said that, but what I'm saying to you is we're not good enough to be in second. Our squad is
No.
not good enough to be in second. If we're going to talk about players and squad depth,
I think
That-
your squad's all right. If you want my opinion.
no,
I
we've got
think-
no.
I think
we've
it's
got
a lot
no-
better than
no-
Arsenal's.
No right winger.
It is
No
better
right
than
winger.
Arsenal's, but it's still not good enough.
It is better than
a
Arsenal.
lot better.
No
You're not
right winger,
midfield, one of the best in the
Rashford's
league.
Jim is
injury,
proving
a
tonight,
centre back
yeah, he
partnership
just has an
that
argument,
doesn't
Jim.
work with one of them with a bad back injury. Pogba was out for the first 3 months. We got one striker.
I don't know, mate. I think there's a lot more problems overall with Arsenal.
I'll
There
be-
are
I'll
bigger
be-
problems.
Just-
This is
In
what I'm saying.
Indiana,
I
I'll be
just think a
honest.
better manager gets more out of this squad now. Gets more out.
Ian is right. This Arsenal squad is actually not that bad.
It's not good enough for top four. Don't get me wrong.
No, but for being, I predicted them to be seventh. So being seventh in the league, it's like, for example, they were 15th for 2 months. They shouldn't have been there based on, the actual squad. If you can have a pivot of Fred and McTominay and Lindelof at centre back and be second in the league, if you can have a defense of Christensen and Rudiger who are mistake prone, and you know that they are. If you can have who else? Where are Spurs with Eric Dyer at centre back? West Ham's team, when you look at them individually,
and
they're not
Dorothy,
necessarily that great. They play but West Ham's team, they play Cresswell at left centre back. He's decent, but I don't think he's much better than the rest of the top 7-8 teams. They play. People rave about Sayonchi because he's scoring goals. Let's be honest, he's basically a Fellaini. He's not that great. Wow. So it's all about the system and getting the best out of what you have. I really don't care. I don't think he's that great. It's all about your system and getting the best out of what you have.
Jem, let me ask you a question. In fact, all Chelsea fans, how good was Willian last season?
He was.
He was good.
He was good. Yeah,
Good.
He was
I
good.
wouldn't say he was great, but he was good.
But
Yeah,
he's got
important.
no goals. He's got no goals for Arsenal.
What are they?
Who is Chelsea's player of the year?
Different. Hang on, Prime. What are Arsenal doing different to what Chelsea were doing with him? Forget the quality around them.
Playing to his strengths.
What's different?
Playing to his strengths.
I think Lampard allowed him to lead the attack more last season. Gave him more responsibility. I don't think Arteta's done that.
I think the biggest word is made him feel. He makes them feel important.
Yeah,
Willian is not made feel important there. I don't think. I think he's come there.
Remember, Willian's 32. He's not 22.
Arteta did that at the start of the season. He was playing a 3 or 5 at the back. Willian was playing in the team and playing well, and he was getting results. But because I think they went through a little patch, like for about 2 or 3 games, and Arsenal fans complained, saying, "Stop playing the 3, play a 4." And I think he bottled it essentially, and he started playing a 4 at the back, and that's when they started completely getting exposed because their defense is not good enough on its own. And yet, Arsenal fans want to play this attacking style of football, playing with the high line. They're not good enough to do that.
But Prime, it's even more than that because the thing is, they've gone to this.
Nick's jumping in for the Arsenal.
Where did he come from? I
Listen, I'm here for the Arsenal. Listen, the thing
Always
is,
for the Arsenal. Always.
Listen, when they were playing their 3 at the back, it was like, oh yeah, we got the best defense in the league, and we were just like, yeah, because you got 10 men behind the ball. Now,
exactly.
The issue is he's gone to the 4 at the back, and cool. If you go to the 4 at the back, you might say, all right, we're going to concede more goals and chances, but we're going to score more. They're not even creating chances. They're not even scoring. I saw a stat today. A video. I think it was on what's that girl's name? Jess. Her show. And one of the guys on there was saying that 71 big chances, the likes of. Why are we in Prime's DMs?
I know he's showing us all his girls he's talking to. Prime, I don't want to see that.
Prime.
Oh my
God! Prime! Prime!
He didn't know he was sharing it.
Someone's screenshotting that.
Emery.
I missed that. What happened?
Rewind it later. You see Prime's DMs. Bare gal. Nah.
Yeah, watch you back later.
Emery and Wenger, they created 71 big chances in their last seasons at Arsenal. Arteta's team has created 39. So they've moved to the back 4 to be more attacking. Yet they're not attacking. They're not creating.
They don't create enough.
That's on the manager. That is all on the manager because it's the same players. Aubameyang was a Golden Boot winner. Like, this is all on the manager. Nothing.
He doesn't know what he's doing. I'm telling you.
It doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean that, people say, oh, Tuchel came in and got Chelsea back into the top 4. Yeah, if Tuchel joined Arsenal, he ain't getting in top 4 because their squad ain't top 4 quality.
I've said this.
But it damn sure ain't top 9. Like, they are much better than 9th in the table, having played more games than teams around them. It's not good enough.
Did you say they switched to a back 3 to play a more attacking style of football?
Yeah,
Back
yeah.
4.
So that was their plan. So back 4.
Where did it work?
Extra man.
You go.
No, it didn't work.
Okay.
But it clearly doesn't. That clearly doesn't. I mean, it wasn't working. So why not switch back to the 3? Because up until the point when
they weren't
were
winning
leaking
games
goals.
when it was a back 3 anyway. They were
They were
just
leaking
scoring
goals.
everything.
That's why.
but if you're not winning games now,
Yeah, they're awful. That's it. The manager ain't good enough. That's the reality that he's living on, and the ones who are still backing him. And fair play to you if you want to die on the hill. But he's living on 2 games: one against Chelsea and one against Man City, one against Chelsea in the FA Cup. Oh, and a Community Shield against Liverpool. Every other game. Before and after.
Dominating the midfield win against Man United.
Oh yeah, that's great. That great.
You got that one, didn't you?
But literally every result before and after that have been below par, way below par in the league,
Agreed.
in the Europa League, whatever. Like even the fact they got to the Europa League semi-final, they struggled their way there, being on the easier side of the draw. It's bad, man. It's bad.
I've just said it the whole season about Aubameyang.
I was just so fed up with it.
I said this at the start of the season, and I got abuse for this from Arsenal
I've been
fans.
saying it, right? But
No. Let's move on.
They're just a bunch of frauds, man. Let's be serious.
Let's move on. In fact, let's go to Jem. Come on, Jem. Let's have some energy. Bring me a new fraud.
What is it? Is it on Arsenal? The thing is, I haven't got one. This is where it's hard for me because for me, it's everything about them. It's not even just one person.
Well, Jem, do you want to start with a particular signing that's better than Kante? Then we can just work from there.
All right, yeah, okay.
Can we just do that?
Thomas Partey, if you want. Then yeah, that's an easy one for me. Don't worry about that.
Who?
Thomas Partey.
Thomas Partey.
Yeah, this. Look at this. I mean, come on. This is how much he came across. Yeah, and they treated him like he was a god savior. Like he was coming in, he was going to solve all their issues. He was going to tighten up the midfield. He was going to bring him. He was the one to bring him back into Champions League. They got Aubameyang up front. They got so excited. They started doing all this bullshit that they always do. Look, what are they doing, man? Yeah. For that, yeah. Do you know what I mean? Literally, that's how I felt.
Yeah.
Straight after. But the point is this, right? There was comparisons of Partey being better than N'Golo Kante. You heard it on the Football Terror Sneaks in Indiana. All of you.
Wait, who said this?
Oh,
guess.
Honestly,
No, it wasn't Egal, was it? Oh, Egal.
He'd rather have Thomas Partey in a final where we said to Egal, if you got into Champions League final, you could have one player who would it be? He said Partey. I went, why? He went because he's younger and he's in better form. Saying stupid. Yeah, and it's just all backfired on him, right? Thomas Partey is a good footballer. Don't get me wrong. He is a very good footballer. One of the best DMs in the world. But he's coming to a team and he's playing with a team where there's no system, there's no model. And on top of that, he's heavily reliant on because the person next to him is fucking shit. In Xhaka, El Neni, doesn't matter who it is you put next to him. It's like he's doing 2 jobs in one.
Ceballos is horrendous.
CamCam, do you need
made this guy look really bad. Do you know what I mean?
CamCam, do you need some backup from one of the most famous Arsenal fans out there?
Huh?
Do you need some backup from one of the most famous Arsenal fans out there? Do you want backup?
For what?
Just bring him in.
Oh, never mind. All right, never mind.
Yeah, it's me.
He can't even back it.
Out here, fam.
Can I just say one more thing? Yeah? He's the flop of the season as well.
Sorry, Prime. I just realised what you meant there.
Yeah, maybe he might well be the flop of the season.
He could be up
Partey.
I'm so zoned out. I'm looking at other tabs right now because I'm just sorting something out right now, innit? So
I'll tell you what, Jem, you're lucky. Jem, you're lucky. Once again, Samuel.
Mitch, you can't even call it because look where we are right now.
Jem, you're lucky that he's been so bad that Werner might not be the season.
Well, I would have put Tellis in there to be honest, and Donny van der Beek. These kind of players that you don't even play as well. So
watch your man.
Listen. Let me tell you something. I'm going to go into this really quickly. I'm going to get back to Arsenal. Champions League's knockout, right? So you have to beat teams to get to the top to win the final.
Here we go. Here comes his bullshit.
No, this is bullshit.
Here comes his bullshit. He's only saying this because we're in the final.
This means no. This means if you win the competition, you get to go in the Super Cup. So whoever wins the Super Cup is the European champion. So we'll just wait till then. Anyway,
agree.
back
I
to
agree.
Arsenal.
What
Back
nonsense
to
is
Arsenal.
that? That is
I can't
absolute
wait. I
nonsense.
can't
That's
wait till
fact.
Emery. I
How-
can't wait till Emery smashes you, man. I can't wait.
Listen, no,
I
I'm
can't
just one little
I
thing.
can't
If you
I'll
lose to
talk about
Emery,
something,
it's going to
okay?
be the
Good
most
evening,
embarrassing
part
loss.
two.
Whatever.
Embarrassing loss in European football history, and I will come for you
I'll
all.
start off.
I'm warning you
Whatever.
now.
Let's go to
I wanna
Samuel.
start off-
Samuel, your Arsenal fraud, please.
Listen, I just want to go for one thing first. Okay, beginning of the season, me and Egal had optimism. Okay, throughout the season, we've been optimistic about the manager. And one thing I'm being serious here. One thing that isn't right for the season that we've been getting is abuse, fucking abuse throughout everywhere we go for just giving an opinion on it. Everywhere we go throughout the season, getting fucking abuse. I'm not being Seriously, this is not funny, bro. This is funny, fam. It's not funny, fam. This is not funny. No, I'm listening.
CamCam focused on Twilight instead of the stream.
Cam doesn't say anything.
Nah.
he just sits
Oh
there.
shit! Well, guys, I didn't even look. No, but I told you I'm just on another tab right now. I'm just looking at my.
Sorry,
email
Samuel.
now.
Sorry, Samuel.
well,
You
Go
were
on,
saying-
Samuel, go.
The messages, yeah, it ain't fucking right, fam.
Oh, don't tell me I've been on the screen the whole time, bruv.
Yeah.
What?
Just for a little while,
You
just for a
make me
little
look
while.
like I'm a dickhead for Samuel. Like I was like, bro, because I just clocked my face when I came on. I was like, oh shit.
Go on, Samuel. Let Samuel speak.
Samuel,
Yeah, let
let
Samuel go,
yeah,
man.
don't
Let
let
him
these,
go.
don't let these others, yeah, try and.
Listen, I'm not
You
focused
know-
on the others, but I'm saying it ain't fucking right. These man just come on, sending you messages, yeah, 24/7 there. Every time you go on stream, saying, you know what, I still trust this manager. Throughout, this is not even now. Okay, I changed my opinion on it. But throughout the season, saying, okay, I still trust the manager, getting messages wherever the fuck you go, saying, oh no, you're a disgrace to Arsenal. Why are you embarrassing us? You're a fucking dickhead. No, this doesn't sit right with me, yeah? I can now, or you might, oh no, you've turned your opinion, la 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 la. He was right all along. I don't give a shit, fam. I'm not putting just one individual, many Arsenal fans who are going at each other from all the other sides, yeah?
Why does everyone think I'm fucking broken, bro? Ah, shit, shit. Just because every other Arsenal fan you know is broken. Believe me now, I am not. I am.
You're dead.
I am. Do you know what? I am thirsty, if anything, bro. I'm thirsty, innit? I'm thirsty, innit? I'll be real.
Listen, no
Sorry, Samuel. Go on.
fan,
Sorry, Samuel. I'm going your way. Sorry, Samuel.
no fan deserves abuse for
No fan.
mainly giving an opinion. That's completely wrong.
Barring
Yeah.
City, sorry. But
But,
No fan.
but I'll tell you what's also completely wrong. You're in a guy's opinion on Arteta, innit?
yeah.
Nah, do you know?
And
Do
then
you know what it
got a man
is?
like Nietzsche, yeah. Then you got a man like Nietzsche, yeah. Just coming in.
Listen, do you know what?
Wait.
Do you know what?
This.
I
this
can't bring Vibes
guy.
FC. Wait, hold on. Vibes FC. I'm not bringing up that comment. I'm not bringing up that comment.
Listen,
What? The vibes one.
Yeah, the last one from Vibes FC. I'm not bringing that up.
Hey,
Anyway,
vibes, listen,
no,
my guy, listen. I'm a 28-year-old man. Yeah, I've got a son and hopefully another one on the way. Yeah, I have no time. I have no time.
Cam, we got women.
Do you know
here.
how
Let's move
many?
on, man.
Do you know
yeah,
how
let's
many?
move on.
We got women.
Let's
here,
move
man. I
on.
think she
We got-
wants to
we-
know.
we-
Sorry,
I think she wants
can
to
I
know.
ask Sam your question?
Yeah.
CamCam, you could say that you could take your time with it.
Samuel,
Oh gosh.
Go on. Go on.
what's your opinion on Arteta now?
I love him.
Listen, you know what? I'm gonna say something, but it's a lot different from everyone else.
Go on, let him go. Let him go.
I'll apply to you in a moment. I'll apply to you.
Okay. The thing is, I think he's gonna be here next season. He will be Arsenal manager, and unfortunately,
Wow.
I'm gonna back him until next season.
Why has he got to be?
Nah,
You
you
can't.
must
I don't
say
think
that.
this. What is wrong with you?
I'm
I
gonna
mean,
support him.
you're accepting mid-table.
No, I'm not
No,
accepting
sorry,
this.
one second, one
I'm sorry.
second.
No. I
This is
don't support
shocking.
him personally, but the club, trust me, he's not gonna get sacked. He's gonna be
Why
manager
not?
here until next season, whether you like it or not. Because
But-
this board are stingy, yeah.
Samuel,
He's not won't sack anything.
He's
Samuel.
declining your teammate. Why
Samuel,
would
when
you
you say
not
you're
want him
down,
down?
when sorry, Samuel, when you say back him, like I understand you want to win every game. You should as a fan, regardless of your manager. If you know Spurs got buddy Ryan Mason, then he's not going to be the long-term thing. But they want to win every game.
And they are.
But backing him,
Fine.
They're back.
backing him, and believing he's good enough is not the same thing. My question to you is, what do you think of him? Is he good enough to manage Arsenal back to where just a respectable level. Because right now you're just
Europa League.
mud.
Not
Listen, I
even
don't
that.
You're not even in the
throughout
conference
the
league.
season, okay, he's not good enough to be manager of Arsenal Football Club. Yes, he had a one fluky FA Cup win, yeah. I'm gonna say right now, he fluked the FA Cup.
Yeah, I know.
No,
Pulisic
it
got
wasn't.
injured. That's why he won it. But yeah. go on.
Samuel, you were gas. It's not fluky. You were
Sounds
gas.
gas, but look,
He
listen,
was, but now he's seen the light, isn't it?
I've seen the light, okay. Throughout the games, in-game management was not good enough throughout the season. I turned a blind eye to it. I turned a blind eye saying, you know what? I can accept this, you know what? Because the future. I'm looking towards the future, not the now.
Lot of
And you know what? It don't matter. I said, even when we won that battle run, I said 15th. It don't matter. We're still in Europa League. Listen, I still care about the Europa League.
Samuel, I want you to learn something if Arteta's your manager next season. It's a term, right? Relegation 6-pointer. Yeah, I want you to learn that term.
Samuel, on a serious level, bro.
Yeah?
Samuel, on a serious,
next year.
Right,
not
honestly,
even.
on,
I'm not
wait, Samuel,
even.
on a serious level, bro. Yeah, how old are you?
I'm serious.
How old do you know?
I'm 17, yeah.
You're
I
17.
want-
One second.
I want this club to win.
Samuel,
Hang on, one
you're
at a time,
17.
one at a time.
Samuel, wait, you're 17, and it's still not too young for you to change your football club. So if you want to come to Chelsea,
you see the comment, yeah?
I'll
You see
send
the...
you a blue kit.
Listen, okay, I ain't gonna buy new kits, okay. I'm never gonna change my team, okay. I got the red and white till I die.
Yes, man,
I'll
that
never
Slims
change.
is it,
Wait,
man.
Spurs
never
are just
change
white.
it.
All you have to do is drop the red.
You can give me $1 million. Put a gun to my head. I want to change. You can take me hostage.
I think you have been.
Daniel,
Support
if
Arsenal, bro.
someone took you hostage, you'd be a Spurs
Why would you
fan in
want to
the
put yourself through this pain? I don't get it. You're putting
I
yourself through your
don't
own
care
torture.
if it costs
Change
red,
your club.
white, and yellow. Yeah. Till I die, fam.
Wait,
Never.
Indiana.
There's dental surgery,
Yeah.
but that's fair.
I'll never
enough,
do
being
it.
Arsenal.
One at a
Never.
time, man.
Split
One at a
season,
time.
yeah. I thought he was going to say red, white, and blue there. I was like, fuck. What's
Lens
the
is only coming to absolutely.
Listen, I
ruin
ain't
them.
said
I
red,
can see
white,
it.
and blue.
I can see it in his face.
Man, don't agree with the red, white, and blue. You know.
Let's Lens go. Let's
Go on,
go.
Lens.
Listen, how you guys doing, man? Hope everyone's well. I'm just here to say a couple of things, and I'm off, man. I'm off. So basically, I want to play a little game. What has happened since 2016? Yeah, because 2016 is the last time they played Champions League football. I want to play what has changed since 2016.
2017. If you get your fact.
Cool. Let me start. Now, number one, Bukayo Saka used to ask his mum for lunch money. Yeah, that's number one. He was that young. Yeah? Number two, lemonade was just a drink. It wasn't a Beyonce song. Yeah. Number three, we're still using BBMs now. We're still using Blackberries. So, Bob, listen, this club is a joke. This is the conclusion. This club is a joke. 2017, we haven't seen Champions League football. 2017, you know how long that's 4 years ago. 4 years ago. Have some shame.
Presidential
How
term.
are you-
Presidential term.
How are you even top six?
I'm not. Listen, bruv, do you generally want to see my emails? I'm going to show you my emails, bro. I'm literally looking at emails.
Bro, the last
Go on,
Share
go
your
on,
screen.
Go on, Slens.
The last time they played in
You
Champions
want me to
League,
share my
they got
screen? I
embarrassed.
don't know how you do it.
They got embarrassed 5-1
Share
by
your screen.
Bayern Munich. That was the last appearance, yeah?
Let me go back on my emails because I just closed it down, man.
In 2017, Troops was just a bunch of soldiers. It wasn't a guy who was on AFTV screaming, yeah? That's how deep it
Hey,
is.
Slens, let me stop you.
No, let's Lens go. Let's Lens go.
Listen, Slens, let me stop you.
No, let's
Hold on.
Ah, stop it. Let's Lens go,
Yeah.
man.
No, hold on. I'm gonna let him go. I just wanna say one thing in it.
I just want to
Yeah.
finish my rant.
No, I need to add one thing in it. 2017, yeah. We moved on from BlackBerry, okay? So don't disrespect us like that.
Yeah.
It was on that. In 2017, yeah, it was at least the Samsung Galaxy 7 or something in it. At least that was something like that in it.
Bro, 2017.
CamCam was putting in work on the back end.
Listen, bring Slens
CamCam was
back
putting in
in.
work on Blackberries.
Bro. 2017, yeah?
If you could get a fact that you could, 2017 is very recent.
Can we hear from
Everyone had
Spence,
iPhones.
please?
No one-
Can we? Yeah, come on,
Please,
man. You're
please.
being rude.
Not
Az.
recent,
Come
for
on,
God's
let's
sake.
Lens
It's not
go.
Kick out the Arsenal fans.
Yeah, kick him.
No.
Why? What have I done?
Let's Slens speak. Prime. Slens, big screen. Let's go. Come on.
Listen, in
Yeah, sorry.
2017,
Continue, Slens.
in 2017, yeah, Mikel Arteta played his last game as a footballer.
2017, it was 2016. If you could get it right, 2017.
Let him
Guardiola-
speak. Let
Man
him
Just
City.
let him speak.
Okay.
I'm correcting him.
Mikel Arteta finished his career in 2016. Okay, yeah, in 2017 is a year after he finished his career. You know what happened in his career? He got 0 Spanish caps. He was a shit footballer and a shit manager. Next.
That's been
No, Samuel, let him speak.
2017. I'm not done. 2017, D and T were just 2 letters on the alphabet. Put them together, you get a guy who's ranting on FTV in it. That's long, bro. Like this 2017. This is what's happened since. You gotta understand. It's 4 years. A lot has happened in 4 years. 27. If you asked me what Bitcoin was in 2017, bro, I would have not know what the fuck you're talking about. Bro, it's that long. Like it's. Listen, so much has changed, guys. You don't understand. COVID was. Listen, Corona was a player in Porto. He wasn't a disease that was going to kill us off, bro.
It's true.
It's a drink.
Honestly, I'm just spitting facts. I'm just spitting facts.
Do you know
Yeah,
what this proves?
I'm
though?
done
Do
for
you know
now,
what
man.
this proves? Do you know what this proves?
I'm
Do
done
you
for
know
now.
what this proves?
I'm done for now.
Do you know what this proves? Do you know what this
Arsenal's
proves?
gone now.
Do you know what this proves?
You're shit.
Arsenal live rent free in these Chelsea fans' heads.
Ah.
The
other way round, more like.
I swear
The
down,
other way
you can't
round.
even deny
We
it.
live-
I
we live in
swear
your
down,
head.
you cannot
We
deny
live in
it.
your head, bro.
You're both
I
right.
live in your
It
head.
is, yeah. The most. Do you know what's so funny, actually? Oh my God, just clocked, blood. The 2 most ones that talk the most shit are on the same stream, fam. And they're both Chelsea, bro. Yes.
What? Who?
You think it's Arsenal lovers, bro? I swear down, bro. If you go to their yards, I swear down, they're gonna have an Arsenal press somewhere, fam. I'm telling you, fam. When they
Look at
as soon as
the
they come off
pain in
street,
his
I
face.
know what Kevin's going to do. I love Arsenal. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Wenger. I love you, really.
Arsenal. That's what you man are doing, fam.
What are you doing?
I don't know. Yeah, I'm getting a bit
It's all
worried.
right,
What
it's all
is
right.
this
It's
you guys? Is it?
Guys,
You do live rent free, but Arsenal do live rent free in your head still.
listen,
Not really, no.
It's rent free.
This
Yeah,
isn't
really.
this isn't
Can I
Arsenal Street.
ask you a
Let's
question?
go. Let's go.
Do you know the lyrics to the Champions League song? Because it's been that long since you've heard it. Do you know? I just want to know.
No, all they know
listen, I rehearsed
is
this.
Stens, all they know is Partiti, Thomas Partiti. That's the last thing they know with that. You know what I mean? Fucking hell.
Someone clip Jem saying that, please.
You know what I love?
Will be done.
The Arsenal fans are getting so mad. They're getting so pissed. They're getting so pissed, man. Listen, rehearse this or not, man. I don't care, man. I'm spitting
I love
facts.
it, bro.
Man wrote a 16. Spit for us.
Oh, Arsenal
No,
Football Club,
he's
man.
reading this. I know you're reading this on paper.
Wait, hold on. So you appointed, yeah?
Lincoln, you ain't gonna do nothing, Lincoln, bro. Lincoln, you gonna do nothing, fam.
You appointed a manager called Unai Emery, who's a specialist in the Europa League. Then you went on to sack him. Then you got the next manager, you got to the semi-final, and you get sacked by the guy. So you lose to the guy that you sacked, who's the Europa League specialist, who eliminates you. Bro, how? How does that happen to a club?
Banter FC.
Happen to a club?
Arsenal
Honestly,
Football
man,
Club,
facts.
ladies
It's
and
embarrassing, man.
Facts.
You guys
Embarrassing
let him,
Football
yeah.
Club.
You guys let him go backstage and say good evening, bro, with a smile on his face after the game.
Embarrassing, mate. Embarrassing.
They let him go. They let him in their house again and shit in his
It's
toilet.
so
but he didn't
embarrassing
flush.
that
That's what
Chelsea
happened.
are 50.
Do you know whose house
Embarrassing
this
FC.
is?
That's
This
what
is
they
Unai
changed
Emery's
it to.
house, bro. Unai Emery's house.
I'm lost.
Unai Emery's house.
No.
Oh yeah, guys,
So
go to my
so
Twitter.
embarrassing.
Go to my Twitter, Nick Sports, and retweet the pinned tweet and tweet Twitter support. They banned me because apparently I was racist to Mikel Antonio because he missed a shot and I didn't say anything. It's mad.
Yeah, I see
Yeah.
that.
You're out of
thought
order.
that was hilarious.
We'll get that on tomorrow's show. Tomorrow we've got tweets of the week where we're putting up the magic.
Oh yeah,
that's
do that.
definitely in there.
We'll put that one up.
Neeks, I'm on your Twitter. I don't see it.
Go to Nick Sports.
Nick Sports, not
Oh,
Nick.
okay.
Yeah.
My
Listen,
last-
people, please smash the like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Make sure you follow everybody else. You can see
Can
them.
I
up
ask
here.
Man United
Regular.
fans and Chelsea fans this? What happens if you actually lose in your respective?
Oh my
I
god.
don't care.
Then we go to the Champions
Who gives
League.
a
We
crap?
finish second.
And we're second in the Prem.
Yeah, we
Well,
can
I'm
go
not
over
trying
You'll
to
never
ban.
be
I'm
as
just
bad
genuinely
as
asking the question. I was just genuinely asking the question.
Listen, as I think as Man
I'm not
United
always.
fans,
I'm not always a dickhead, guys. I do have my nice.
as
Man
Man
said I'm
United
not always
fans,
a dickhead.
we didn't really expect to be
Bad
in a
baby.
position where we were guaranteed Champions League football next season.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Roy
That's
McNeil
it,
come
man.
on, man, beat fam.
Oh,
Why can't you back your team like this, man?
Let
Why
it
can't
go.
you back your team like this? I just want to
Prime.
understand. Why can't you back your team like this?
Lizzo come on with a better beat for that. That's embarrassing.
Where's Prime?
The reality is Man United, crime. Let's get Egal in. The
Yeah,
reality
get Egal
is
in, man.
we are 3 points away from securing top 4, 6 points from securing second. And at the start of the season, nobody expected it. So it just, I mean, if we're gonna criticize Arteta for not getting the best out of
John Cena,
Arsenal, then we have to criticize managers who are getting more out of their teams. You have to praise them. Praise the managers are getting more out of their teams.
Yeah.
Arteta ain't doing it, and
Why is that? Oh,
all he is.
yeah, Rachel, you're going to have to remove your thing to me to bring Gallon.
All right, hold on 1 second.
What, the share screen thing?
I just
the other one.
All I'm saying is Lampard's better than Arteta.
It's not the shared screen. It's the don't add this thing in yet.
Yeah.
You want a short-term memory, you know.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Short-term memory, fam.
Wait,
Out of volley,
Actually, that's a good debate.
Out of volley,
That's a
Arteta
good
and
debate.
You're probably right. I'm not even lying. You're probably right, bro. You're probably
That's a
Last
good
night.
debate. That's a good debate because Ollie's
You're
clear
probably
on both, right? We all know that. So
Lampard's
Ollie
second,
shouldn't
bro.
have been. Ollie shouldn't
No,
have
no.
been involved in the conversation.
yeah, I
to be
agree.
fair.
I agree. But what I'm
But
saying
yeah,
now
but the
is,
thing
hang
is,
on.
with the lamp,
Hang
with
on
the
a minute,
lamp.
Prime. Let me finish.
Okay.
Frank Lampard.
Man said,
Frank Lampard.
oh,
got
Dizzy, you
top
must
me
be
finish,
not
let me
smoking
finish.
the hash.
Go on, Indiana.
four. I'm saying
People on.
we got to stop being rude to each other on here because what just
Yeah.
happened to Slens was horrible. Like, no, I
Yeah.
don't like the rudeness, man. It's not on.
Yeah.
It's disrespectful to everyone. What I'm saying is that Frank Lampard got top 4 without a transfer window.
Yep.
What did Mick Arteta do last season?
Win the FA Cup.
FA
true.
Cup. So are they on par or what?
No.
Or does that make
If you
Frank
think
better?
about it, he didn't
Because Frank
actually.
had a-
He won the FA Cup. He was already fucked in the league by the time it was over, fam.
Yeah, but he still won the FA Cup.
Yeah, wait,
Big cup.
Chelsea fans, would you
know what
guys
it is,
think?
I'll rate Lampard more, fam. How you
Mute
getting
me,
a top
fam. You
4
can never
with
mute
a
me, bro.
transfer
Listen,
ban,
Lampard got
knowing you
Mute
just
me,
lost
man.
your
Lampard got
Guys,
sacked.
I'll give it to Lampard, fam.
Guys, we need to speak one at a time because
Yeah.
we can't even hear each other.
Wait, Lampard got sacked, yeah, this season, but we're still above Arsenal. That's all I'm saying.
Just.
It doesn't matter.
You
Just
was
what?
thinking.
Yeah,
You was thinking quickly.
Let's give
That's
Frank
all
the
I'm saying.
trophy. Let's give
That's all I'm saying.
let's give him all of that. Oh my god, the man was Frank Lampard. Yeah.
Samuel's lost the plot, mate.
Fucking hell, man. Oh, Frank Carter. Oh my god, Frank. Let's give you the trophies, man. Bring out all the money. Bring them all out, fam.
Can I just say something?
Bring them all out.
Wait. Well, now
Bring
you
them
brought
all
Egal in.
out.
Now you brought Egal in. This is a good time to actually bring it in because this guy here said if Arteta was at Man United, he would be doing better than Ollie. Yet Arteta, for me, is the worst out of the 3.
Listen,
What have you got to say,
my
Egal?
take is,
Don't
my
also
take
forget.
I'll let you finish.
No, let's go. No, sorry. Go.
My take is we shouldn't be comparing Arteta to Ali in the first place. That's what I said. But if you're going to compare them in their short time periods in their clubs, Arteta won a trophy, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer didn't. If now the situation that we're in, I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm not protecting this guy no more. He's absolutely deserves no protection from no fans. In this situation,
Heel turn.
there's nothing to hold on to. Let him get all the stick because I'm not backing him.
Okay. Well,
That's the first time
Egal,
I've heard
that's
that.
not. That, to be fair, that's not exactly what you said. But also,
Listen,
He's saying it now.
you also hold on.
There's something
you
called
also,
hindsight.
Hold on.
Something
You
called
also.
hindsight. In hindsight,
Yeah, hindsight is 2020.
Let Prime go.
Yeah, I know. Hindsight is 2020, but I'm only saying what you said. Also, you well, you didn't say this specifically, but you endorsed when DT came on the terrace and he said if Arteta was in charge of Chelsea squad, then we would win the league ahead of Pep City. You endorsed it because you
gosh.
didn't.
obviously
You didn't go
there's
against
a grain
what
of
DT
salt
said.
in that. There's not obviously there's banter involved. Let's be real. You can't take everything
was
everyone
banter.
says. You can't take everything that everyone says as 100% what they factually believe.
Can I say something, though?
Egal,
Egal.
when you said, wait, sorry, Slens, sorry.
Am I wrong?
When you said, but Egal, when you said there were Chelsea fans comparing Havertz to
Odegaard.
Bergkamp, even though I didn't see any of that, why are you then believing that? Why can't that be banter?
No, that's dead banter at this point.
But why can't that be banter? Though? Why are you taking that seriously? Why don't you address that? As
Listen, what is this? I just came on here
I'm only
to relax.
just making a.
Listen.
No, it's an
I
Arsenal
just-
show.
I just
man.
have a
That's why you're
question. I just have a
relaxing. It's an
question.
Arsenal
I
show.
just
Okay,
wanna
yo,
ask-
you want to hear my take?
Go
You
on,
want to hear
go
my
on.
take? At this point,
Hmm.
shit's the whole thing's a mismatch. It's a whole shit show. But I'm gonna ask the two Arsenal fans on the panel: if Arteta was to get sacked, who's making that decision and who would be pulling the trigger? Because I don't know if it's Vinay, I don't know if it's Edu, and Josh is probably not even in country. So who's making the decisions? At least at Chelsea, you know who's making the decisions. At Manchester United, as bad as their run, you know who's making the decision. At Tottenham, as bad as their run and they don't spend money, you know who's making the decisions. Man City, you know who's making the decisions. At Arsenal, we don't know who's the boss.
But Egal, you know
Yeah,
what?
but they know.
You know what I'll tell
know.
you?
No, they don't.
Egal,
No, they don't.
Egal, you know what I'll say?
You
I
should say
think
his name. Stan.
the difference is, at Man
You make it
United,
call like Eminem. Stan.
at Man United or one of the other teams, if you get rid of their manager, to be better than what those managers are doing, you have to do a proper, thorough process to get the right man in. To do better than Arteta, you're literally getting Graham Potter. Like anyone can make that decision. It's not a hard decision to make.
I think
Arsenal
Roy
better
Hodgson
than they are
is
right
a
now.
The only problem is, yeah. Can I say one thing? The only problem is, yeah. It's not even a problem. The only sort of light we have here is we're more likely to get a better manager than Tottenham. Not a great better manager. I'm not saying great, but just a little bit better.
Are you though?
Sorry, based on what?
If we're gonna sack Arteta,
Guys,
Wait,
are
wait,
we
wait,
completely-
How many managers just turned down?
are we completely ignoring what I'm saying? You said you can get an upgrade from Arteta by picking up the next guy next door, but who's making that decision?
Bloody Stan Kroenke can make it.
Kroenke,
It's
innit?
not hard.
It's Cronky, isn't it?
It's
What
an
else could it
easy-
be?
If he
Anyone
has
can
no
do
clue
better.
who Graham Potter is, though, he has no clue, fam. This guy has no clue who Graham Potter is.
Bro,
Has
he
no
could
clue
pick
who
Egal.
Guardiola is.
Egal would make a better.
He
Egal would
has
have
no
taken
clue
up
who
Aubameyang.
Barcelona are, fam.
Samuel, if you were manager, you wouldn't have taken up Aubameyang when you needed a goal 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
I could pick you as a manager.
Listen, at this
true.
point, can I say one thing? Hindsight's 2020. Everything you guys can throw at me, we deserve it. Arsenal
Love
fans,
it.
we deserve
My
all the stick.
foresight is 2020. We saw this
But
coming.
one thing with the whole
Yeah,
manager
it's just
thing.
the Arsenal fans.
No,
that
one
didn't
thing
see
with the whole manager
it.
thing.
As usual.
You guys have to understand. Yeah,
I
you guys
shook
have
a
to
magic
understand.
8 ball and
No
saw
one
it
was
coming.
proven. No one was proven right. No one was proven wrong. As a fan, you have your choice if you want to back somebody or if you don't want to back them or if you want to give them stick, whatever you want to do. I personally chose to be like, you know what, I'm going to give him until the end of the season. And some people were willing to bin him off after 8 games. So each person to their own. I'm not going to tell anybody how to be a fan, but don't now try to tell me, oh, I'm an idiot or this and this, that. It makes no sense. At the end of the day, we all support the same team. We want our team to succeed. If this is a Chelsea fan and he had a difficult choice with Lampard, you guys are probably all happy right now, even if you did want Lampard to stay. And the same people.
I think Jem is still.
If you want to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer sacked at some point in the season,
I wasn't Lampard.
you guys in the final, some people should be still happy. So it's
Egal.
unanimous for every club.
Say the name.
Egal.
Be fans of the club. You don't have to be fans of the individual.
I think you were
I'm
right at
joking.
the end of last season after winning the FA Cup to be like, okay, let's see what Arteta can do next season. But now we know what he can do, and it's pretty much fuck all.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's pretty much what he
Arteta.
can do. Like, I look at it and I'm like, he's got to go. Like, you could get Roy Hodgson. Literally anybody does a better job. Literally, I think Roy Hodgson does do a better job. I'm not even joking.
Why?
No.
Why does he do a better job?
Better than Arteta.
I think he's a better manager.
African big club, and you want us to get even lower. No,
All
this
right, Gareth
makes no
Southgate.
sense.
I don't think that's lower.
There's no logic in that.
Lower.
There's
I
no
don't think
logic.
that's lower. He's been
They
an
just
international
stand
manager.
still. They're just going to stand still with Roy Hodgson. I don't understand that.
Guys,
They're not ripping up. I'm not saying he's the perfect manager for them. I'm saying he does a
don't
better
deserve
job than
anything better.
Arteta.
Indiana, do you get my logic in what I was saying? The reason why I was saying who is sacking Arteta and who is
No,
in
I
charge,
understand that.
I want to
Get
bring
that.
somebody in who's actually in charge of everything. Bring in an actual, what we had with Don Raul, as much as he messed up the club and he was stealing money from the club, at least we knew who the boss was. Now we don't have no sense of who to point the finger at. Ivan Gazidis, as much as you didn't like him, you knew the pecking order. It was Ivan Gazidis, Arsene Wenger. Ivan Gazidis left, you knew it was Don Raul and whoever was Emery. Emery and Don Raul are gone. Now it's Arteta, and Arteta's sidemen, which is Vinay, who doesn't know nothing about football, and Edu, who is saying I'm working in conjunction with Arteta to make decisions. So if you're working in conjunction with him, how are you going to sack him?
But wait, what is that not to do with more transfers, etc. when they're working together? Surely. So are you saying? Are you
There
telling
is
me?
no pecking order.
Well, I was going to ask you. Are
There
you telling
must
me
be.
that Arteta doesn't
Arteta is
actually-
his senior.
He doesn't actually
No, I don't
report
agree
to
with that.
anyone.
I don't.
Sorry.
Bro, Arteta
No.
is Edu senior, in my opinion.
Wow.
No,
that can't
Egal.
be.
No, that is
can't be.
No,
nonsense.
I don't think so.
Listen,
Either way,
if you
Edu
come
needs
into a
to
club
hell out of this club
and you get hired by Don Raul to work in conjunction and be on the same level, they showed the pecking order when he got hired. The pecking order was Vinay and Don Raul. Underneath it was Arteta, it was Per Mertesacker, and it was
Barton,
Edu.
you know.
None of them, in my opinion, are fit to be at this club when it comes to experience. I was backing them solely on the hopes that they would get the job done with the tools that they have to their disposal. They're unable to get the tools done they're not able to get the tools done. And you know what? None of them actually know what they're doing. That's Arteta. That's
mean they
Vinay,
have
that's
the
Edu.
tools?
That's Josh. That's a Cronky. That's everybody.
If that's the
It's a
case,
whole
Egal,
mess.
then your whole club is a shambles. It's not even
You're
your players.
fucked.
It's
We've
you're
been saying this for a
fucked,
long
yeah.
time. We've
You're
been saying
fucked.
I've been saying from top to bottom, this club is run horribly.
A
It's
football
not
writer
cool.
for a football writer that works closely with the club today had to deep it. He literally had to tweet it out, be like, "Does anybody know who actually runs the club?"
No, you're right. They give
Always.
interviews. They only give
God
interviews.
knows.
That's it.
Only God knows who runs this club.
Egal, I don't believe for a second there's not a pecking order.
There is no-
There is a pecking
I
order.
don't
There
believe
was
that
a
for a
pecking
second.
order. There was a pecking order. It was Don Raul, Gazidis,
Yeah.
and everyone underneath them. Don Raul got resigned. Gazidis resigned. Raul got sacked basically for doing some dodgy dealings. Vinay is the only person left. Vinay said, "I gave Edu and Arteta the task of managing everything on the footballing side. I'm just going to do the commercial side." He knows nothing. He's the same as Ed Woodward basically.
That's
Right?
bad.
And now he
Alright,
is given the task of deciding what the tools are to do to run this club, with Edu having no say, and Arteta and Edu, in my opinion, are on the same level in the pecking order.
Why don't you get Ed Woodward? He's free. That's what you
No, hey,
He
that's
must
a
make a
good
lot
job.
of money, bro.
You get him a nice
What-
Chevy. You
Emirates?
get him a nice Chevy.
that's gonna be bants. No. Right,
The
you
only
get-
reason why I'm
if
calling
you
him
guys-
Don Raul, I forgot his first name. What's his first name? CamCam. Do you guys know?
Ed.
Who?
Edward.
No.
Eddie Woody.
Sinelli. Yeah. Raul Sinelli. Man said you have a
Sinelli.
different
Eddie
knock.
Woody.
I don't believe for a
Leaks.
second there's not a pecking order. I think Neeks is right when it comes to transfers. That's probably where the confusion is. Just because they don't give you that information, that just tells you that they don't really care to tell you.
They
Not-
gave us the information in an interview.
What they
He
telling you?
specifically said.
What they said there's no pecking order.
No, his
Literally,
specific words were.
It's a bit like when you play football and no one wants to go and goal.
Oh,
It's just
my
furthest
God.
one
His
back.
specific words were Sinelli and Vinay are the top dogs of the club. They're working in conjunction to replace Gazidis. Gazidis left. They're replacing him. Now Sinelli's sacked. He's gone. Vinay is by himself, and he has three people underneath him. The three people underneath him are Arteta, Edu, and Per Mertesacker.
Yeah, but in a
Per
pecking
Mertesacker
order.
is working with the
In a
academy.
pecking order.
Arteta and Edu are supposed to work in conjunction to manage the first team staff. Who is sacking Arteta if the man working
Vinay.
with him in conjunction, who is
Vinay don't
actually
know
his,
shit about
The guys
football.
above him.
Vinay. Must be Vinay.
Vinay.
Vinay,
No,
he just
Vinay,
says the
Vinay
guy
has
what?
no say.
So then, who's in control of sacking people?
No,
then?
Vinay has
That don't make no sense.
clue about football. Vinay does not know anything about
He doesn't
football.
have to have a clue about
Vinay,
football.
all he knows
Samuel.
about is the finances. He's
Samuel.
there to run the finances of Arsenal.
No.
Samuel. Ed
On the
Woodward,
financial side.
Ed Woodward doesn't have a clue about football. Yeah, he sacked David Moyes, Louis Van Gaal, and
Mourinho.
Jose Mourinho.
That's what they need, Nick.
It's
That's
still
what
a
they need. Someone to
hierarchy.
sack people.
Like he doesn't. I'm not saying it's the right person making the decision, but somebody's making it.
Making
Like
a
Arteta's not gonna give himself a new contract. Like it doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
It must be
agree.
Vinay. It must be Vinay.
I agree.
I got. Can I ask you a
Yeah.
question? Well, all the Arsenal fans a question actually. So basically, I look at AFTV, right, and then what kind of makes me feel a bit cringe is that these men are talking about cronkies, right, and getting them out, like the big figures in there, but they are wearing the new tracksuits. They're wearing the new kits. Like I know. Listen. I know they might have got them from other means, yeah, but it's not a good image for me. Like if someone's
That's
portraying
not
like
fair.
this-
Fans, that's not fair.
But
I
why is
think
it not?
No, I'll tell you.
Not
what, because I
Turkish,
think
not Turkish.
No, I was about to say Turkish is probably the only one who's consistently been Kroenke out. The rest of them haven't been.
No, it's only no.
Turkish is the only one who's been consistently. Some of them pop up every now and then, but they more focus on the manager, the players. So I wouldn't even say they're necessarily being contradictory. If I saw Turkish buying a new kit, then you have to ask him Wagwan, innit?
Yeah,
So it's a bit hard to label.
There's other means to buy kits. You don't have to go to
I
the.
know.
You don't have to go to the actual.
Listen,
Hold on, guys.
listen.
Can I finish my point?
let's finish.
Doesn't come on a new kit.
The thing is,
It's
bro,
me.
I understand. Before I even finish my sentence, I said there's other means to get the kit. But if you're trying to portray a message, you can't be wearing it because you have millions of views.
That's true.
In their minds, this new kit looks really nice. I'm gonna buy it as well. But you know what, Neeks, the point that you made that they're not all Kroenke out, that is part of the problem for me. Fundamentally, it's part of the problem because there's some of you people who concentrate on manager and the players and just leaving the Cronkies to do what they want.
It's a
Yo,
mess.
we need to do what the United fans did. Did you guys see the United fans? They tanked Team Viewer stocks by like $9 or something.
Yeah, the ratings were mad.
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
They dropped the Manchester United stock prices for their sponsorship with TeamViewer just based on a bunch of complaints they put on Trustpilot and other things. TeamViewer stock price went from $40 to now around sitting around 32. Last time I checked, that's
and the reality is, like you see, what's his name? Joe Glazer come out with his statement today to the Man United forum or whatever it was, Man United Trust.
Yeah,
and it's like the reality is, like we know that he has to say this stuff, but you have to put the pressure on them, even if he doesn't truly believe it. Now that he said the things that he said, you can hold him to task to them. He says, we're going to make investments in the first team. We're going to make investments on the stadium, the match experience, etc. These are his words based on Man United fans putting pressure on him to do that. It's going to be hard to get him to sell. But before the sale, there's still things they can do to run the club better before we get better owners. And you need to keep the pressure on and make them, Josh Kroenke came out and, spoke about that he wants to meet with the fans more often. Hold him to that, because those words came out of his own mouth now. You hold him to that. Joe Glazer said what he said. I want to see Old Trafford roof get fixed. I want a better match experience for the fans. They came out and said they're going to subsidise, I think, about £200 to the final for the Europa League. We need to make sure that them man put the money, or not even put the money in the club. Keep the money in the club. Stop taking it out.
Look at that.
Oh, the movie ended, blood. Nah, bro. Piss off, man. What piss take, fam? I don't want to spoil it for Prime.
Was your eyes open, Cam? It looked like you were asking.
Yo, look at this. Look at this. It fell off a cliff immediately after the protest stuff.
Team viewer.
Anyway, I got to shoot, guys. See you in a bit.
Yeah.
Jeremy, you still buried by Alex.
Obviously, have nice dreams about Arsenal tonight.
CamCam. I've seen the movie with someone. It's fine.
Yo, guys, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you guys a question.
Did he say?
Yeah, go on, Egal.
Let me ask everybody here a question.
I didn't hear what he said. Let me say it again.
Andrew and Slens, the Chelsea fans. When it comes to a situation where you know your club's in a situation where they're going through a tough time, and you need to sack a manager, and the decisions need to be made, and everyone agrees that the manager needs to go at this point, and the club don't pull the trigger. At that point, what do you do? Because this club is not going to sack him.
Dissolve the club, mate. Dissolve the club. Start again.
Actually, I can answer this. I can answer this question. Hold on, because I was kind of with this point with Lampard. It's this: if everyone keeps saying that because I was saying I want Lampard out and stuff, but if Roman shows some sort of change with how he's treated managers in the past, and he had kept Lampard until the end of the season, say we make top four, or even if we don't, doesn't matter, and he decides to give Lampard the third season in his contract and let him build, then it's at a point where I can no longer complain about Lampard, and it's to a point where it's down to Roman to back him and let him enact his vision. So if they're not going to sack Arteta, everyone has to get on the board's neck to back the guy and let him enact his vision. Whether he's good enough or not is irrelevant at this point, because this is who the manager wants.
Do you know what?
I said the same thing with United fans with Ollie. I said the same thing with Spurs fans with Jose. And I'm now saying the same thing to Arsenal fans with Arteta. It's at a point where if they're not going to sack him, then they have to back him.
I
Yeah,
think
I
it's
agree.
too far gone. I think it's
You
too
know
far
what?
gone.
You know what?
Right.
though? You know what I think?
It was a
I
really.
don't have to fucking back nobody. I don't want a blood clot back in it. So tell that to the rest of the fan base, innit? Because I'm about to tear her out no matter what.
Okay.
Indiana, can I make a quick point, by the way? Just to
go on.
answer the last question. I'm kind of going to cop out here. I'm going to answer your question, but not really answer it. So, for number one, that will never happen at Chelsea. We will never keep a manager on for too long because that's the club we are in it. We don't let someone carry us on through bad results, and we know trigger really quickly. Yeah. Number two, I think accept this.
Oh, no.
Like, I'm not going to lie to you. Like, I've seen us turn on someone like Sorry, yeah, who I didn't agree with, by the way, because of a couple of bad results and the style of football. So imagine a guy who's having 3-4 months of no home wins. The guy would get killed, man. He would get killed on the street. So I think for me, man, like, I'll hopefully we'll never see ourselves in that position. But if I was an Arsenal fan, I would include Arteta in my protest, man. Like, I would include his name. I would start speaking up and saying his name as well. That's the best way to do it.
But you're
Man.
taking away from the main issue. The conquest of the main
I
issue.
want to go back to
No,
Ivy.
my God, can I just say
Cam,
one word?
stop, man. Go on,
Can I just say
Samuel.
one word, yeah? Okay. This is the issue with fans, okay? The main issue is Cronky, and then they add the extra things, okay? Seeing Arteta and Cronky out is more protection for Cronky in my eyes. Because you're diverting from the main issue. And the main issue is Stan Cronky. He's a real big...
I agree, Samuel, because I think I think if you get obviously it's harder to get a new owner than it is to get a new manager, but at least there's a potential owner in the offing. If you get a new owner who actually wants success,
You dirty dog, you.
they get rid of Arteta. The first thing they do is get rid of Arteta. You look at the Sheikhs at Man City. Granted, I think they came in on the deadline day of the transfer window. I think they gave Mark Hughes one season, and got rid, because it's like they want good football and winning and trophies, and they get the best manager. So you don't, once you get a proper owner in, you don't even need to worry about who the manager is. Chelsea fans were at no point worried that Roman was going to run the club into like a business, for example. They knew, listen, whatever, he's going to make the right decision. Whatever it is, the right decision. And it turned out to be sack Lampard at this point and get it Tuchel, because you got a good owner. You don't have to worry.
Yeah.
I got a take for you guys, right? And I've been thinking about this over the past couple of days. The Europa League or the League Cup. The League Cup is harder to win than the Europa League.
No, I disagree.
It is with City dominated.
The League Cup.
It is with City dominated.
The League Cup is harder to win than the Europa League.
Because Man City is in it.
Yeah,
because when you really
dominated.
take it in, when you really deep it, you could get the easiest run to Europa League. At least if you're gonna get to the League Cup, you're gonna have to face one of the big boys in the Premier League. You're not gonna have to face nobody.
But Egal, it depends on when you face them, because if you face or even who, we say the big boys, if you face anyone but Man City before a semi-final, there's no guarantee they're playing their strongest team anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
When Chelsea played Liverpool recently and Spurs played Chelsea this year, I'm sure Chelsea rested bare players.
Yeah.
In the League Cup, so you can play big teams in the League Cup and it still not be their best team. Whereas if you play a big team in the Europa League, wherever you play them, last 16 or finals, they are going to be playing their best team. The only difference is Man City's in the League Cup and they're not in the Europa League. And whatever team Man City puts out is probably the best team in England. That's the only thing.
Let me even raise the bar, Eunice. Let me raise the bar. The Premier League over the past couple of seasons has been harder to win than actually than winning the Champions League.
Harder for who? Not harder for Man City, for example.
No. Hear me out. To win the Premier League, you have to be the best of the best in the Premier League. You have to win You have to win the most amount, get the most amount of points in the Premier League. Where
that's how it works.
In order to win the Champions League, you can get a lucky draw You can get a couple lucky draws, and you don't have to be the best team in the world to actually win the Champions League. Most 10 times out of 10, you are going to be one of the better teams in the world. But sometimes you can squeak through, and some teams that are not the best constructed teams, that don't have all the best galactical players and the best players in the world, can somehow win the league.
A good night
can I answer
will
this?
get you into a Champions League final because you don't have to play great teams, and you get a good
No,
night.
but I want to hear collective. Does
Can I answer
everyone
this?
disagree or agree?
Hang on, let them finish.
Can I?
Let Nick's finish. So I just want to hear. Sorry.
No,
Let Nick's go.
I
Let Nick's go, and then Prime.
I was just saying this. In the Champions League, you could have just a good 90 minutes, and you find yourself in the final because you might draw a Porto, you might draw a Sevilla. You have one tough semi-final, you play good in one leg, and you're through. And before you know it, you're in the final. Whereas in the Premier League, of course, you need 38 games, but you can also have a bad run. PSG had to play Bayern Munich and then Manchester City. And you're out.
But that makes Egal's point stronger, no? Because
Indiana, very quick point.
I think. Hang on one second.
Yeah,
We all know that if Bayern had a strong squad, if they had Lewandowski and Goretzka and all those players, the amount of chances they were creating, I don't think PSG make it through. I personally don't.
Yeah,
So-
but then that makes it hard for Bayern. That makes it hard for Bayern because then Bayern, because of one injury, they're out.
No, I
Whereas in the
get
league, they can afford the injury and still go and win. It's tough.
Yeah. Let Prime go. Let Prime. And
I think what you're asking. I think what you're asking. It depends on what you view to be the best team, because, for example, when Leicester won the league, they didn't have the best team on paper.
But they were the best team in the league. That's the point. They were the best team in the league.
No, it's not. Let me finish, because that's not the point. When Chelsea won under Mourinho, when he came back, arguably you could say we didn't have the best team in the league overall. You could say it was City. And you're saying if you win the league, you're the best team in the league. Then you can say the same thing about the Champions League. Because if Chelsea win it, then we are the best team in the Champions League.
No,
That
the
season.
best team in that
Hold. Let me finish. But what you're saying is subjective because you're talking about the squad. But then you just said if you win the league, then you're the best team in the league. So if you win the Champions League, for example, then you're the best team in it that season, regardless of, say, City having a better squad.
Are you done?
Right?
Are you done?
Is that not how it works?
Let me know when you're done so I can actually tell you what I said.
I'm asking a different question, asking exactly what you mean. Because
I'll tell you what I mean. What I said was the Premier League over the past couple of seasons, since the Leicester season till now, the teams that have won the Premier League, it's been harder for them to win the Premier League than, in my opinion, than it is to actually win the Champions League. I think it's easier for teams to win the Champions League than it is to win a domestic competition if you're in the Premier League. So I'm saying Man City, Liverpool, all these teams that have won the Premier League over the past couple of seasons, I have to pick them up because what they've done in the league is more impressive to me than what Liverpool have been able to do in the Champions League. Or Real Madrid have been able to do in the Champions League. In my opinion, Liverpool's league title was more impressive to me than the Champions League run. Period.
Okay, so that question then is now reworded.
It's not a question,
so you're
it's a
saying
statement.
that statement is reworded. So you're saying the individual teams that have won the league since Leicester. So that means the season when they won the league, how well did they do in the Champions League? Well, didn't City last season, or Liverpool, they got knocked out in the last 16, I think. The season before that, City won it. Where did they get? Quarterfinals? And Liverpool, they got quarterfinals, and Liverpool ended up winning it. Season before that, I think City got to the same stage, quarterfinals. So roughly, the winners of the league end up around the quarterfinals, last 16 stage. So maybe, I guess you have an argument, but then you could also say because the Premier League is so strong, there's not enough. Teams don't have the adequate squad depth to have to cope with the demands of the Champions League as well.
Prime, I think.
But guys, make a quick point. Bro.
I think Indiana gets what I'm saying.
I get what you're saying, Egal. It's just about the nuances. Let's lens to it.
Quickly, man.
Fair.
Just,
Yeah, I know what's nonsense. That's why
FNL,
I'm bringing it up.
Egal has bamboozled all of us, bro. He's turned this conversation away from Arsenal, and you've all fallen for it, and everyone's just chilling now. We should talk about Arsenal, man. Don't do this, man. Don't let him do this, man. Don't let him do this.
No, my
It's
point was Barcelona can have the best team in the world. Doesn't mean they're going to win the Champions League. Arsenal have the best team in the Premier League.
All right.
It doesn't mean they're going to win the Champions League. My opinion.
We can take this back to Arsenal.
Yeah, that's what I was
My
gonna say.
opinion, Arsenal don't have a
just got
Champions
to
League.
semi-final in Europe,
Yes.
Yeah.
but can't solidify tenth.
Thank you, Indiana. I was about to say that. It's like Egal.
That's
But
why
when you-
it's knockout football. It
but
is
Egal,
easier
when
in a
you
way.
say that, do you then agree?
Not easier, different. It's different.
Can you then agree that the Premier League table does not lie and Arsenal are the 9th or 10th best team in England?
11th.
Listen, now that the season's pretty much over, once the Premier League table is consolidated and the season's over, at that point it does not lie.
Thank you.
Egal, but
No, it
back
doesn't
to
because everyone's got to play each other. It's the same. I just
Why?
want to touch on what Prime was saying. So you can have a
But
poor
the season's
start.
not over
You can
yet,
have-
so that league table
hang on a
position
minute,
is still
hang on
not
a minute,
solidified.
hang on a
for
second.
lying.
Are you in the Premier League? You can have a poor start, for instance, Man City, and you can come back later on and win it. If you have a poor start in the Champions League, though, you're out.
Not true. Real Madrid,
Completely true.
No. Hold on. Real Madrid won it
It's a
300
fucking knockout
times. I think.
competition. How can it not be true?
Hold on, because you have to play
It's a knockout competition.
because you have to play 6 games in the group stage. I remember. I think one of the years Real Madrid won at £300. They
Okay,
started
so if you have a
poorly
poor,
in
if you have a poor start,
hold on. Hold on. They did start poorly in their group, but they ended up coming out and they still won it. So the thing of starting poorly in your group, which is the start of the competition, and started poorly in the start of the league and still winning it, it is still the same thing, isn't it?
You know what? Let's be
I'm
honest.
just making a point.
you lose
can I stop
the
everybody?
first 4 games.
It's
Yeah?
this simple.
Egal.
It's this simple.
Let
Is it
him
harder?
speak. Holy
Is
crap.
it harder to win the Champions League or is it harder to win the Premier League?
Let me ask you the question. For me, it's not about which is harder or not. It's 2 different competitions that have their. That's as simple as that. Like, who wins the Champions League? Generally, one of the top 4 teams in Europe. Who wins the Premier League? Generally, one of the top 4 teams or big 4 teams in the Premier League, the best 4 teams. Like, you might get a point here, a point there, 5 points here, 5 points there, an injury here, injury there. It's not about one is harder or one is not. They both have their difficulties, because in the Champions League, one bad 90 minutes, one bad 45 minutes, and you're out of the competition. But you also need more consistency in the Premier League. There's different trials and tribulations in one competition than the next, but both of them are top level. It's as simple as that. There's no.
I think it's different, Nick, because, for instance, like you don't play everyone in the Champions League. You don't play everyone, so you can miss teams that are likely to beat you. So let's say there's Chelsea fans here. So let's say you played a strong Bayern Munich in the competition, you might not be in the final now.
Yeah.
Whereas whereas in a league structure, you might have finished above Bayern Munich.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? It's also luck of the draw.
It's that other point though against it in the league, for example. Man United started off poorly. So if you had played Man United earlier in the season, you'd be able to beat them. Man City started poorly, you'd be able to beat them. If you play Liverpool since when is it? Probably February or March, when they're bad, you can beat them.
Yeah.
So obviously I know it is complete. Obviously I know it is completely different, a league format as opposed to a competition.
Yeah.
My point is there are similarities to it.
The point is,
bringing it back to Arsenal.
You just
If
made
we
my
are
point
able-
that we were arguing earlier in that Man United had a poor start, and then it was an up and down start. By the way, got knocked out of the Champions League, and then because that's the point, but yet could bounce back second in the Premier League. That's my point.
Okay, so bringing it back to my point, if Arsenal were to have gotten to a final and possibly have won it, still being in 10th, it just goes to show you that the Premier League is probably the fact that we would have had 2 English finals again. It proves my point that the Premier League is more tougher to win because majority of the top teams in Europe at this point are in the Premier League.
But I would then also say Villarreal 7th in La Liga, and they're in the Europa League final.
Yeah.
I don't think you can. I
Remiss.
personally don't think you can use. It's hard to use the winner of a competition as a barometer for the league. I'll give you an example. Bayern Munich win their league every single year, and if they win the Champions
PSG do
League,
with a good manager.
but if Bayern Munich win the Champions League, does that mean that the Bundesliga is the hardest league to win? No, it doesn't mean that. But
What the hell have I missed? Because
But
why
if three or
is it
four-
like from an Arsenal
if 3 or
force
4
talking
English teams,
about
or 3 or
other
4
shit?
German teams get to a
Bro, I
Champions
took
League
over.
quarters or semi-final, and for me, you can say, it speaks to the quality of the league. I think you have to separate the two. You have to really look at them in isolation. When Liverpool won the Champions League, or even when when Real Madrid won it, could you say, they're the best team in Europe when they lost to Barcelona in La Liga? I just don't think it's one. But in the next season, they won the double. They won both league and Champions League. So there's just two different competitions that you just have to judge on that. If Chelsea win the Champions League, they're not the best team in Europe because they're the 4th best team in England. But they beat Man City in a 90-minute game. That's all it is.
I agree with that.
the best team in the competition.
You just made my case. Thank you.
Yeah, but my point here, taking it back to Arsenal, do you think that being that you're in Europa, were in Europa, that Arteta prioritized that enough?
No, I think at this point he knew that he had no choice but to prioritize the Europa, but he messed up when he started Pepe as a false 9 in the first leg. What the hell was he thinking at that point? I don't even know. But hey, I try to make sense of it as I do. I get the lineup, I look at it, I try to make sense what he was thinking, explaining it to people, but it makes no sense when it's even coming out of my mouth. So
Can I say something, by the way? Listen, quickly, man. Listen, I'm gonna head off after this.
why are
but
you
basically,
laughing?
I want to tell all of you Arsenal fans something. Listen, this for you is rock bottom, right? As Arsenal fans, yeah, we can all agree.
No,
on
it's
that.
getting worse, bro. He wants us
hold on.
relegated.
Let me finish. I just want to tell you, once if a miracle happens and you start to go up again, yeah, make sure to be humble, because if you're not, I promise you, man, like we're gonna step on your necks, man. All of us here, man. I promise you.
Yo, Slens,
No, bro, I'm just telling you.
forget about it. The man
the
wants us
problem-
relegated. He makes more money from us getting relegated than getting into the Champions League again. He wants us relegated.
So all we
Listen,
need, yeah. Oh,
I
it's
said a
time
miracle.
yeah. I was gonna say something, but I'm gonna leave it. I don't want to get canned. No, I'll tell you backstage what I was gonna say.
What the hell is this bad Barbie? What's going on?
Listen, all I'm gonna say, bro. Listen, now if a miracle happens and Daniel Ike does buy you, bro, just keep it humble in it. Allow this Smith Rowe is better than Havertz. All that talk, man. Just keep it in your pocket for now, and then we'll talk once you get to the top again. That's what I'm gonna say. Man.
Yeah,
I agree with
CamCam said it a couple days ago. He wants Arab money to buy us. I'm not gonna lie. If a Saudi prince is coming in, let him come in.
Brother, listen. I'm
Listen,
Arab.
we need
I'm gonna tell all the links to
I
buy
want I want Man City's brothers or whoever it is to come in and
Bro, I'm
like,
gonna
you
talk to my people.
completely, I don't know, they,
No, bro, we
bro,
need a
someone
militia.
related to Man City's owners, bro.
I'm gonna talk to
Tell
my
him.
people.
Hi,
man.
hi,
Related.
hi, hi, yo.
I'm telling you, bro.
We
Leave
get
that, bro.
Arab money.
The Arab, bro, is mad,
Let's
bro.
get it.
Slens,
Why we getting gassy? Wow.
Oh, move on.
Slens, man, you
Move on,
literally
move
just
on.
warned them about it, and then yeah. Okay, that
Bro, listen. Indiana, I said this. Indiana, I'm Arab myself. I'm gonna tell all my guys, all my links. Listen, stay away from the pain, man. Stay away. I'm gonna tell you, man.
Listen, what you need, yeah, is a real Asian, South Asian, Central Asian don to come in, fam. That's what you need. One of us.
Slens, I'll back that, and I'll talk to Dangote. He's not buying Arsenal. Trust me.
That's it, bro. We keep moving.
Oh, no. You can speak to Prime can speak to the Saudi princess because Sheikh Prime on that, you know. Prime's got the connections, you know.
I can't believe it.
Shake
Listen,
up.
I've lived to see the day where Arsenal are in an actual mud, bro. It's a beautiful day, man. Beautiful, man. Beautiful day. All this talk. There's even the beginning of this year, yeah. Beginning of this year, the talk that I was hearing from us after that FA Cup win, man. Have some shame, guys. Have some shame. But yeah, man, listen, thank you for having me on.
Listen,
Listen,
no, we're
I'll
wrapping up now. We're wrapping up.
Like I said to
Listen,
Jem, innit? Sleep, bro, dreaming about Arsenal tonight.
Listen,
Oh my
people,
God,
smash the like button.
Exactly.
Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Brand new show tomorrow.
so
Tweets
dirty,
of
man,
the
just kidding,
week.
man.
We are going to be bringing out the best tweets. If you've got any bad takes, the funniest tweets, maybe even the best tweets, right?
Free Nicks.
Yeah, just tag free
Yeah,
nicks. We're gonna
free
free
nicks.
nicks as well. Tag us in
Can
the
I give them a
tweets
taster
at first
of a
XI
tweet?
underscore TV.
That's a taster.
And
That's a
we'll be
taster.
bringing them up. Yeah, that's a taster.
That's a
for
taster.
tomorrow. Make sure you do that, man. Make sure you do that. Subscribe to the channel.
Hey, don't
Like the video. Go and follow
disrespect
everybody else.
my
Arsenal
favorite
still
one.